Deep Dive with David Stendhal, where we trade without ego, no emotion, no greed, and no opinion. Before we begin tonight's video blog, please read over our trading disclaimer and remember to trade smart and accept the reality that trading futures is risky. This presentation does not provide buy-sell recommendations, and our information is strictly provided for educational purposes only. As always, trade at your own risk and analysis. Hey, it's David Stendhal with tonight's Deep Dive. It is August 27, 2018. I thought I'd revisit coffee, the ETF being BJO. What we're looking at is the trend is still to the downside with the short, intermediate, and long term, but we're seeing the beginnings of kind of a reversal here. That's what the technical rating is showing to us, and we have a wave low that is currently active. If we look at the pro alerts, we're looking at a low having occurred 2 trading days ago for profit taking and a reversal that occurred here today. And so what I want to do is kind of show you what's going on with coffee in itself, just to give you an idea as to how one can take advantage of this type of market. Here is the wave low. We've recently had some power level triggers. You can see from this indicator right here that the market has become very volatile to the downside and is beginning to get into more of a consolidation phase from the standpoint that it is no longer in an explosive move, and that's kind of the best way to express it. So with this little surge here, there's probably going to be some form of retracement, at least a little bit, but our systems have actually traded quite well. I'll show this to you that here is an individual system that we actually have here. If we pull this up in coffee, 60-minute base system, this is going to be our Capella system where it had gone long the market, and just at the tail end of the day we liquidated this particular position on the long side with this little surge that we've had here, and we were up around say 1200 or so on that particular trade per contract. If we come back to the website, I'll show this to you that as it stands right now, you can see that coffee really, in comparison to a lot of the other markets, doesn't have a good open position because we actually unwound a lot of our positions here today being the 27th. And if we actually pull up coffee itself, what you'll see is that we only have 2 positions out there right now, 2 of which are long, a 60-minute and a 45-minute. But if we look at those trades that actually liquidated today, come over here to coffee, what you'll see is that we actually unwound 3 positions. That Capella system that was up around 1200 or so, which is right here, that 60-minute. The Rigel system, which is a 90-minute bar system, and that one was up around 2800, and that was a short system having liquidated. And we had another short system that had been in a position for a while, and that particular one exited with around $1,500 profit. So per contract, so it's not just simply trading an individual contract, we trade multiple contracts, and I would have you take a look at our contract normalization process to see what that is. But for our purposes, we unwound quite a few positions, both a long and a short, and we are profitable in all 3 of those particular positions, and this leaves us right now with 2 long positions. The good thing is that they're both intraday, so despite what may take place here in the coming days with the surge that we've had to the upside, maybe there's more follow through or there's a reversal, but at least the systems, one of which has a nice little open position profit of 1,000 or so, the other one which went into a long position today, tail end of the day, is basically down, we'll call it almost $200, I suppose. But net, we'll see how things kind of play out, and the fact that they're intraday systems, they can react quite nicely as opposed to the daily and the weekly type systems that are typically in for an extended trend. So the systems are going to be much more agile inside of coffee and be able to take advantage of some of these particular movements. So point is that we've been able to take some nice profits out of coffee as of late, and we find ourselves in a position that will start to build up our profits in coffee once again, and hopefully with sugar and soybeans and Dow Jones and Euro and the Canadian, or actually this Australian dollar, maybe we'll start to see that start to perk up. But when a system, or with at least a market, goes from a nice open position profit to something that's barely profitable, up around 1,000 or so, I'd like to at least point out that there were profits to have been made from that side. So let's see what does take place with coffee. And as always, continue to watch the systems and be able to take advantage of these types of conditions, because I think something big is going to happen in coffee. We'll probably have a little bit of retracement, but do watch this market because there's really, really good opportunities here coming up here soon. So thanks very much, and we will look at another market tomorrow. Bye-bye.